Oh, nothing. Oh, nothing. Sir, we're $60 short. What the shit? Are you on Discord?
My computer's booting up.
Okay.
Can we get a boneless chicken strips?
I mean, they always are, aren't they? They had a bone in. Wouldn't that be bad?
By the way, I just realized something. I had a keen realization.
What?
Boneless wings are just fucking chicken nuggets and sauce.
Mm-hmm. This is why I don't
understand. Reality has been ruined.
This is why I don't understand why you don't eat boneless chicken wings, dude.
I do eat boneless chicken. I just don't like spicy shit.
Okay, that's fair enough.
My taste buds are still around from the time I took a bite of frickin' the ghost pepper wings.
That's fair enough. Just tell me when you're on Discord.
Oh god.
So I can call you, and then I can go use the restroom before we start.
You can call me now.
Okay.
Start pulling up Twatch.
Ba-da-ba-da-ba-dum. Ba-da-ba-da-ba-dum.
It's glitched again. Hold on a minute.
Oh, shit. Hey, SB, how's it going? Going to get started in about 3 minutes once Cole gets on the phone and I go use the restroom.
Okay.
Actually, I'm going to leave it here while Cole gets his stuff all set. I'll be right back. Okay, I have returned. Let's see. Let me call you real quick. Hey, Yugman, how's it going? Just about to get started. Let's see here. Oh, is that the message I got? I missed a call from you. Ruh-roh. Let's try again. There we go.
Now we're working.
Oh, and also, hang on, I need to adjust this real quick. Or maybe I can't without... wait, I got it. There we go. I had a brain blast real quick a minute ago. Let me just fix this real quick.
Whenever you're ready, fam.
Okay.
I am good.
Okay. I was chatting with you, though. I had a brain blast real quick. So you know how all the time you're echoing because we're doing this in the same room as each other?
Uh-huh.
Let's see if that helps.
You're fucking with me.
No, I mean, I honestly, genuinely think that might help with the echo a little bit.
But sound will just pass over it.
I don't know. Maybe. I mean, in the absence of me having a box to put right there, this is the best I can do. So,
Okay.
I have placed, ladies and gentlemen, I have placed a cereal box in between my microphone and Cole's voice. We will see if it makes enough of a difference over the course of today's stream. Speaking of which...
I can do this. This is easy.
Speaking of which, let's get started right about now.
So... Damn it, wrong one.
So found out something interesting after the stream was off, not yesterday, day before yesterday. You can exit in Idleshire, or not in Idleshire, in Matoya's Cave, and it won't give you the same message it normally gives you when you're outside of a sanctuary. It just lets you exit. I would assume it's because there's no enemies in the area, but it was still surprising to me that you could do that. Then again, I had to leave the cave anyway in order to do some stuff off-screen, like gathering up tomestones so I could fully augment myself for battle, but, well, you know, the more you know, I guess. I mean, that was the name of the last episode. How you doing, everybody? Welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV, the Stream Edition. Last time, we didn't have a phoenix fly over us, that's for sure. Last time we made it to Matoya's Cave and found out that she would be able to teach us the secrets of the Etheric Ram if we found a book for her first in the Great Gubal Library. And so we did, but we didn't read it, so now we're going to have to go read it in her cave. And while we're on the way there, I will probably stop off and try to find the other ether currents that I missed, because I think I missed three, other than the quest ones. We'll do the quest ones as well, just not yet. Probably soon, though. As a matter of fact, while I'm at Matoya's Cave, I might take Sarah Rago's Common Life, just so I don't have to go back there and then go do the quest and then go back there again. We'll see. Well, once Conker gets back, I will ask him how it's going for him, because it's going good for me.
Don't mind me, viewers. I'm just in the background here attempting to learn a better red mage rotation. I fucked up already.
I wouldn't say you fucked up. It's just that there's a rotation that's probably better as you get to higher levels that you're now attempting to learn, that's all.
So it'd probably be easier if I had this on my phone.
I mean, if it makes any difference to you, I just learned that Dark Passenger gives a blind effect when you use Dark Arts before it.
Ah! Nice.
So we're not the stupid is shared amongst the both of us. It's not just you.
It's less stupid and more like I was taught to always use Jolt and then immediately dual cast into the Ver Arrow or Ver Thunder depending on what you need.
Well, yeah, because that's what the class does at 50.
Yeah, and I'm over here like, wow, it's actually maximized DPS to hard cast Ver Arrow. What?
and again, I'd like to stress that you learned this by watching somebody who does level 70 content. So that it may be maximized DPS at level 70.
I remind you that I am 9 levels off of said level 70 content.
I mean, I guess, but that doesn't mean you can do the level 70 dungeons right now.
I mean, you're right, but I'm only a few skills off learning, and I mean, I'm only a few, like, pieces of the puzzle away. I need, like, Verflare and Verholy, and that's about it. Honestly.
It's always nice when you can get Holy and Flare. Ooh, that's a long way down. Man, glad I didn't walk off this bridge like that last one.
You gotta love how it's just like, oh, we're just gonna hold Verflare and Verholy from you until literally the last 2 skills you get.
Of course. I mean,
And
they're
they're,
like
like,
some of the
essential
best
Red
skills in
Mage's
the
kit.
game, so.
I mean, shit. They give me my upgrade to Jolt before they give me Verflare. Let me think here.
Start by casting Arrow or Thunder right before the tank begins the pull, so the cast goes off after the tank gets aggro. I see, so that's like a trial rotation is what Cole got there. Okay. So that makes a little sense. So for trash mobs, Cole, you're doing it right. For trials, there's a different rotation. That's the impression that SB's giving me anyway.
I see.
Where is this ether current? It's got to be around here somewhere. I feel like I've been walking forever. Well, I guess it's still a little bit of ways away.
4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4,
Got Dark Knight to 70 last night, and man, it's crazy how much it has, and yet it's still the lowest DPS of a tank. Oh, is it still the lowest DPS of a tank? Oh boy. I mean, I don't mind it being the lowest DPS. I do feel like, though, I do feel like, though, that Dark Knight is going to fundamentally change for content above level 56 now, because Abyssal Drain just frickin' turns any trash mob pulls that I get. Like, if I get 3 or more enemies, I'm supposed to just probably spam Abyssal Drain. Like, I've seen somebody play through a dungeon on level 70 with a Dark Knight just to... I was looking at it because I was like, oh, what does this class look like at 70? It was nuts. He pulled, like, 15 enemies at the same time, and he kept using Quietus to get his MP back and Abyssal Drain to get his HP back. The man had, like... it was something ridiculous. Like, he had, like, crazy, gigantic Vanguard-looking enemies on top of him and, like, 20 slimes, and he was still holding on to maximum HP and, like, 2/3 of his MP through the entire trash bowl. I'm like, this is insane! How do we do this?
It's okay, Jimmy.
And I'm like, I want to do that at 70. That's the most important thing, really. And this was before I had taken Dark Knight, was when I first saw the video, so, if the fact that it was the masochistic class wasn't enough of a an incentive for me to want to play it, that was more of an incentive. So, yeah, it was nuts. Okay, let's off-road this time and see if I can actually get to this river without plunging to my half-death here. So that's the bridge that I went on that I fell off of last time. Let me look right here. How close is the river to here? Is this still a drop-off point? Kind of? A little bit. I mean, not that bad, though. I can go like this, and then walk down here. There we go. See, that's not so bad. Right, Confucius? It's not so bad. I also swapped Confucius's bar there. Like, I moved my Gassel Greens over here, I moved St. Quethrin here and Confucius here, because these are all his commands right here, so I figured it'd be best to just put him there. Speaking of which, let me do one of those so he can stick with us. Let's see. Probably still a ways off, though. Dark Knight's the hardest to kill tank at 70. Your friend does high-end content as it. And for one mechanic and ultimate weapon, ultimate, his job is to take 1 point... Oh, that's what you were talking about. Okay. Okay, gotcha. See, that's just nuts. Like, I can't even conceive of that kind of damage with my puny brain right now. It's ridiculous. Okay, southeast it said, so it's got to be like over here somewhere.
So,
this area is super spooky when you're flying way above it because it's foggy. Oh yeah, that would make it pretty spooky. Yeah.
acceleration.
We'll be flying around here soon enough, I'm sure. It probably has the most cooldowns, at least more than Warrior. Yeah, because it gets, what is it? It gets Dark Mind and Shadow Wall. I don't know how many cooldowns Warrior gets besides the normal ones that you get from, what's it called? Just from the class. Oh, we're still ways off. Okay.
We're stone.
You're practicing on dummy, Cole?
Uh-huh. It's less that, more like I'm just abusing the shit out of having extra hotbars and literally just putting the rotation down in order in a hotbar, in 2 separate hotbars, so that way I don't have to keep alt-tabbing to look at it.
Well, that's the way to do it, really, though. That way you know exactly what to press.
Man, if you told me DPSs were going to be more complicated than anything else I ever done, I would not have fucking believed you.
Well, once again, though, I'd like to stress that this is in the beginning of a boss fight. If the tank gives you a countdown.
Yeah. If
Yes.
the tank gives you a countdown.
So if the tank doesn't give you a countdown, just do what you normally do. What you've been doing, because that's enough.
It's less that, more like I feel like, personally, I'm not maximizing my DPS on Red Mage, and that's not something that I feel comfortable not doing. Because, you know, I'm a DPS, I should be there to do the biggest, thickest damage.
So you and me have different opinions on that, because I don't maximize my DPS on Monk at all, and as long as the boss dies, I'm cool with it. But, difference of opinion, it's fine.
It's less of a difference of opinion, and more that I'm geared now, I need to start thinking about ways to do different rotations and do different things.
I mean, sure, but different rotations that are effective at 70, which you're not geared for. That's the thing, is you're geared for 60 content, just not 70. So that's why I'm kind of saying don't worry about it so much until you actually get to 70. But I mean, you know, if you want to worry about it, that's you. I'm just saying don't get stressed about it, basically.
Fire arrow.
Cockatrice up there. We don't want to deal with that right now. I don't feel like getting stoned right now. That's how you do Monk. Okay, gotcha. Well, maybe I'm the exception rather than the rule, personally, so. At level 70, it's all content other than dungeons. Oh, okay, gotcha, yeah. So, I mean, it's probably worth practicing then. It's just, I don't know. I have a different mindset, but it probably comes from the fact that I barely use Monk in dungeons. I mostly heal or tank in dungeons now. So, yeah, maybe I'm the problem. Maybe me telling you not to worry so much about it is, it's more of a thing that I'm doing wrong.
You know, I just realized this is a fucking 27-step rotation.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yep. See, that's why I don't worry about it so much. Because I can't remember all that crap in my head.
For all the crap I give Black Mage, at least the damn rotation. It's 2 minutes long, but it's straightforward.
That's because it's fire 4, fire 4, fire 4. Oh, I'm out of MP. Blizzard 3, Blizzard 4.
Excel fire. So acceleration.
Okay, it's got to be around here somewhere. And again, I'd like to stress that a lot of what I'm saying here is not from experience, so I can't. I'm just going according to what little information I know about classes other than the ones that I play currently. So.
Do I have that song?
I guess we'll fight this Bifurus since he's already looking at me. It's crazy how much rotation.
Let's see how much damage I'm doing with this rotation. It's not actually finished.
Yeah, I totally get that, Yugman. I mean, it's why I can now read chat while I'm just fighting random trash mobs, because it becomes muscle memory very quickly and easily. Well, I wouldn't say quickly, but it does become muscle memory pretty easily.
Displacement? Yeah, it's displacement.
I couldn't, like, if you asked me to read chat early on in this playthrough while fighting something, I'd have been like, I don't feel comfortable.
I still don't read chat while I'm playing. I wait till after I'm done.
Yeah, no, that's fair. It's just chat is you don't have the advantage of windowed mode. Chat is right next to my window for me, so.
All right. Let's try this out.
Black Mage is fun. Blizzard 3, Enochian, Thunder 3, Blizzard 4, Fire 3, Ley Lines, Fire 4, Fire 4, Fire 4, Fire 1, Fire 4. Repeat the last bit until you run out of mana, then use Blizzard 3 again. See, that's nice and simple. Easy to remember.
Damn.
I'm sure it's harder to play, though, because even though it's easy to remember, you have to play around mechanics, because it's you have to be able to stand still to properly do all of that and maximize your DPS. But yeah, it's probably more complex than I'm giving it credit for. But in the terms of the mechanical and the requirements for button presses, it seems simple. Then add Foul after use Blizzard 3 once that's available. That's right, because Foul is the proc spell, right? So you like you get it after a certain, like it has a certain percentage of triggering on certain spells. So then you can cast it and it deals like massive damage to all enemies or something, right? I haven't. I don't even know. I don't think I've seen Foul even used, honestly. So I can't really say one way or the other if I'm even correct. Love Black Mage, but you do need to be a future psychic to optimize it at the top end. Oh boy. I can't say that my clairvoyance has been on point. So, I don't know if that's in the future. If my post that I posted on the Discord server earlier, like my thing that I said about posting on the Reddit server about Blue Mage is any indication, I am looking to pick up another class. I just don't know what it is yet, other than the fact that it will not be Blue Mage, because I'm not a fan of how they implemented it in this game. So, yeah, you know. Procs after you've had a Nokian buff active for 30 seconds. Okay, gotcha. Gotcha. It's the level 70 spell. Okay, that explains why I haven't seen it yet then. Okay, makes sense.
Huh.
Welcome back, Conker.
That's
I'm sure you have to go back to help out more.
interesting.
Well, okay, I mean, if you have to, no big deal, man. And I was saying right before you, or right after you left, really, I was just going to say, it's going good for me. How's it going for you?
Noted.
Have I seen or discussed the new races yet? I've seen that there's the Vera and the Ronso-looking guys. I think they're called, like, Rothgars or something. I haven't really done any discussion about them, personally. So... Okay.
Interesting.
Well, Matoya has an eye for ether. Hopefully it's not a crystal eye that we have to go retrieve for her.
I had not thought to behold this tome again.
Oh, bar.
Yeah, I was going to say you could just open it with your fingers, but... I don't know, maybe she has arthritis.
There. It is deciphered. Now your friend should be able to make sense of the contents.
Oh, that was a deciphering spell. Man, you can do a lot of stuff with electricity in this game.
That said, it's one thing to understand the workings of the etheric converger, and another to actually make it work. You do realize how much ether is required?
I would imagine a massive amount.
Do I have that on my hotbar?
Sid is keenly aware of the energy dilemma. His airship is by no means large,
Treats.
and it can only bear a limited quantity of crystals.
If only we had white auracite in the etheric siphon.
If only.
Alas, Minfilia is missing along with both artifacts, and Moonbreeder is gone.
Yeah, that's not good.
Would that there were another ready wellspring of energy for us to draw upon.
Why did it not occur to us before?
What?
We already have what we need. The Eye!
There's an idea.
It has been drawing ether into itself for as long as the Great Worms have lived. It is a veritable wellspring of energy.
Good thinking, Alfinode.
It might just suit our needs. But is this energy something that can be harnessed at will?
If Estinian is anything to go after, then sure.
I believe so. With the aid of the Azure Dragoon of Ishgard.
If anyone's gonna know how to do it, it's him.
Then it is settled. Let us return to the Holy See at once.
Okay. Sounds like a plan.
Stola, wait. When did the light fade from your eyes?
Probably when she cast that teleportation spell.
I might have known that it would not escape your notice. It has been this way since I returned from the life stream. An after effect of the teleportation magic I invoked, most likely.
Yeah, I figured.
They are called forbidden spells for a reason. What were you thinking, girl?
I mean, she probably would have died without it. I mean, she
I
almost
have
did,
no
even with
regrets.
it.
I but did what was necessary to preserve the light of hope, to keep my promise to Minfilia. Besides, it afforded me the rare opportunity to wander the ether, a once-in-a-lifetime experience.
Matoya did say she was always pretty reckless.
I need not tell you that it consumes your very life force to see by sensing the ether around you. Take care of yourself. Do you hear me?
I will, Master Matoya. And thank you.
Seems like they've got a pretty good relationship, almost a grandmother-granddaughter type of a deal there. Vera and Rothgar. Okay, yep, that was what I was thinking. I knew it was the Vera, I just couldn't really readily come up with the name of the other one. I kept coming up with Ronso in my head, and I'm like, wait, that's not right. I know it's similar to the Ronso, but not quite. Alright, while we're here, I'm actually going to go back into the cave and take Sarah Rago's Common Life quest thingamajigger. Because, spoiler alert, in a couple of quests we're going to stop doing main quests for a little bit and start doing side quests, because pretty soon we'll be going to Aziz's La.
Shocker.
So I don't want to go there without taking care of these things first, because I don't know when we'll be back from there, so probably after the end of the game, or the end of the Heavensward main scenario, I should say, not the end of the game. This game never ends. Picture of nervous energy, huh? What are you so nervous about, Sarah Rago? Are you nervous about a missing book? Nice to meet you. I'ma call you Frog, because it's easy to remember because Frog is such an important character in Chrono Trigger. I'll just probably call him Sarah Rago, though. Better than calling him Froggy!
Please God, no.
Whatever you want, but
Oh, okay. Well, maybe if you shot fire at them instead of water.
Okay.
Okay, I'll give it a shot. I have fists of fire, after all.
Okay.
So take care of a few bugs for Sarah Rago there. Oh yeah, and I took some Vath quests as well earlier, not thinking about it, because I actually have the Vath maximized on their reputation at rank 5. So if we start doing side quests today, we'll probably do that as well. And then I'll get to do more quests for them afterwards.
Huh.
They're sometimes called the Ronso. Yeah, it seems like they're pretty similar to the Ronso there. So I can see how that would be. Oh, here's the herbs. Doing good. Sorry for the late response. That's okay, Conquer. No problem. I know you're busy doing stuff, so no big deal. You know what I don't have? Hang on. Yeah, I knew I'd missed something. I did not post on Twitter. There we go. I'm always missing something for these streams, it seems like. Okay, let me get my notes up, too. And then, let me put Twitch app up, because it should show me live right now. Yep, it does. Okay.
Alright.
Figure anything out yet over there, Cole?
Well, I've learned that because of all the work we did last night, my DPS is now fucking through the roof. I don't even want to think about how much damage I was doing.
You mean the night
for my
before
normal
last night? You
attention.
were out last night.
Night before.
Yeah.
You know what I mean.
I know what you meant.
In reality, I think all I need to do is get into better habits, using my off GCDs whenever I'm like on cooldowns and shit.
That's fair. Okay, so it's just these 3 herbs.
And you know, learning how to use diversion.
Yeah, diversion's pretty nice.
I can't help it. I just forget that Red Mage just tanks out all of the aggro, and then I forget to use it, and then I just die.
Don't do that. That's not good.
Death hurts.
Right.
Especially when you don't have Swiftcaster Arrays yet.
Scalekin blood
I learned that
rose.
Swiftcasting... I find that Swiftcast on Red Mage is just ridiculous because you want to use it a lot, especially early in your rotation, because it makes things go faster. And, you know, Swiftcast just as in general is really important to Red Mage's kit because they have this thing called Dualcast, and you can just Dualcast for Rays.
Right, that definitely helps.
Jolt, Verays. Hey, look, back on your feet. Hey, look, have Vercures. Easy money! Alright, I'm gonna go do a few story quests, and I'm gonna go back to leveling up Bird.
Okay.
Get another DPS I need to learn a good decent rotation for.
I'm sure you'll get it. Ha! Man, my off-global cooldowns on Monk deal so much damage now. It's ridiculous. That is enough, right? Okay, we gotta go back to Cerro Rogo now. I think this one is like a chain of quests, too. Like, you get the Ether Current after this one, but we'll take it to the end of the line, like we've been doing with the other ones, so... Kind of integrating the side quests into the main quest stuff today a little bit as we make our way back to Ishgard. Are they all the way back in Ishgard now, by the way? Yeah, they're making their way back to Ishgard as it is, so I'll give them time to get there while I do this stuff.
That awkward moment when the fucking bridge is out and you have to go around all the way back to Matoya's cave.
Oh, yeah.
I hate.
I mean, you could just teleport.
I can't teleport to Matoya's cave.
Oh, yeah, true.
I wish I could. Well, I'm not to walk. When I walk, I mean, have a nice chocobo ride through what seemingly is eternal night. Have I ever just ran through here while it's daytime? God. This game hates letting me have riding around in my chocobo when it's not, like, pitch black out.
You need a flashlight on your chocobo, I think.
I need a headlight.
Yeah.
I need that motorcycle you can get off the motorcycle.
Need a miner's helmet that actually has a light in it.
What?
Need a miner's helmet that actually has a light in it. Because the miner's helmet is available in the game because miners exist, but it doesn't have a light in it.
Now that would be nice. It'd be an endgame item so people could fucking see in the overworld.
Oh, well, that's nothing to be ashamed of. Maybe you just need to find your purpose there, Cerro Rogo. Yeah, that would be pretty stressful, I would imagine.
Do I get up there?
Okay, I'll see what I can do to talk to them brooms about your plight. Apparently all the brooms have something they need doing. Great. You will receive no guidance from the... Oh, God.
What?
Should you choose to undertake this quest, you will receive no guidance from the journal or duty list. You'll need to read the text carefully and decipher the clues to determine your next course of action. I'm screwed! Okay, let's figure this out. Oh, you can turn the light on and off on the 50 miner hat? Oh, that's interesting. See, I never knew that. I've never had the 50 miner
Jimmy,
hat.
I need
So.
one.
You need to be a miner level 50.
I don't fucking care. I'll do it.
Well, you can get one.
If it means I can see in the overworld, I will do anything.
I think you can get one as a reward for the level 50 Miners Guild quest, if I remember right.
Well, if we all know what crafting class I'm taking for Stormblood now.
Gathering
So
class.
I can see.
Gathering class, and also gathering classes are a lot easier to level up than crafting classes.
As much as I'd love to level up my crafting class so I can get that buku bucks on the market board.
Yeah, but it requires that you level up basically all the crafters in order to actually level it efficiently. Take it from somebody who's leveled exactly one crafting class in this game. It's not the most efficient thing ever. I can only level it once per week at this current level of time, and that's partially my fault because I'm not doing any other crafting classes, and I'm not doing the Moogle quest, and I'm not doing the crafting or the leatherworking level 50 to 60 quests at all. So I'm left with collectibles, which take resources that I need to buy in the market board, and weekly stuff, which is great because it gets me like 2 million experience a week, but that's still only once a week that I can do it. So
4 times 12. 48.
knowledge seeks no man, but if you desire my knowledge, you must first grant me my heart's desire. Okay. I mean, you could fly and find out. You are a broom after all. For a broom, probably not. Yes, I am not a broom, so I could not even fathom it. I love this line. Of course you can't. You are not a broom. It's just so like, damn, dude. That's like some deep stuff if you're on weed. Yeah, reading, oh hell no! Yeah.
That would be that was one of my favorite memes back in the day. Just like these really stupid deep quotes, and it's just two people that look high as fuck below them.
Those were pretty good.
Those were good memes. I miss good memes.
Mining is comfy, Yuckman. It's like playing. It's almost like playing a cookie clicker game. It's like really vapid in a way, but at the same time, sometimes you need that. It's almost like a de-stressor. You know, you just get through a big trial, or you just do a bunch of story quests, and you're like, okay, I need to take a break for a few minutes here, and you just walk out in the overworld. Oh, there's a mining node. Clink, clink, clink. Oh, there's another one. Clink, clink, clink. Hey, I can make money off this stuff.
I'm like anti-relaxing trying to get out of a trial. I need to keep that high up so I can go in more and not lose initiative to fucking level. So like I'll finish like a 50-60, I'll want to go directly into my next quest. And then just crash after that by just staring at the Orzia collection and looking for nice glamour. It'd be great.
He wants a signpost for ethereal travel, which he describes as sparkly, glowy, and angularly. They're somewhere in the Charlayan ruins. This does not give me a map thing, does it? Yeah, that's what I thought. Alright, let's take another one. Just take all of them. Another knowledge seeks no man. How? Most of the bridges around here are broken. Small ones, big ones, some as big as your head. The tiniest bridge in the area. Oh, a wooden bridge? Okay. I haven't been to the west yet, so I guess I could figure that out while I'm filling the map out. Okay. Pure water. So there's a pool in the answering quarter. Follow the stream which feeds this pool to the west. An untainted spring. That's a big if there, dude. Okay, let's go outside so I can see if I can figure this stuff out. So we need an ethereal signpost, pure water, and the tiniest bridge in this area. None of those things sound directly familiar to me, so I guess we'll just kind of have a look around. This is actually remotely challenging. I like this. Okay, wait, now hang on. There's the pond that he was talking about. If you follow it to the west, so probably the thing that he's looking for, the spring, is somewhere in this unknown area on our map there. So that's one thing. The tiniest bridge in the area he said was to the west, so maybe it's over here by the Astalon. And the ethereal signpost is, it said somewhere in the ruins of the Charlayan, so it's got to be by a building somewhere in the city. So I guess we could go back that way after we're done looking at the tiny bridge. Okay, let's give this a shot. Whoops. There we go. I don't want to look up where to go for these, though. I want to try to figure these out for myself before going there. So I apologize if we spend way too long doing this and you know exactly where I'm supposed to go.
Say, TLDR, he's going to spend the rest of the stream doing 2 quests.
3, actually. Yeah, I apologize if you know exactly where to go and I'm like going in the completely wrong direction or something like that. But I want to try to do this legit. I don't want to. This is like, you know, playing an old school RPG where you didn't know the internet existed or something like that. So I want to try this without looking it up. Okay, so we're back in the answering quarter. Let's look at what we've got here. Alright, so if I go up there, I can end up on the top of the hill there. And then maybe we can go up here, because that also leads towards one of the rivers to the west. So maybe the spring's over there somewhere. But at the very least, I may end up seeing where... What is that? What is that? Untainted Spring. Did we already find it? Okay, well, we've got one thing done. Glad I came over here. I didn't expect this to be the Untainted Spring. I thought it was further north, but okay. Cool. That's one down. Just gotta keep our eyes peeled here. Don't miss anything as we're flying by on Chocobo back. We're looking for a tiny wooden bridge now.
Small bridge.
I'm imagining like a miniature bridge made out of toothpicks that we used to use in technology class to test our wind tunnels and stuff. Hey, that could be it right there. I thought I was going to take like infinite fall damage right there. I might be able to make this jump. Yep. Sweet. What about this jump? Come on, Confucius, you can do it. There you go. Good job, buddy. Okay. Oh, okay, so this might be the bridge. Okay. I was thinking that tree was it, but this is definitely smaller. That's too far above me. Okay. How do I get up there?
Very carefully, obviously.
In the interest of science, how do Krogan mate? Very clumsily. Well, I guess that answers that question.
Fucking...
I love that.
God
I love
damn it.
that quote. I love that quote.
You're obsessed with those games, man.
Mass Effect is great, man.
I
I,
know.
I love it.
I'm not
I love
disagreeing
the
with you. I'm
trilogy.
just saying.
I love the trilogy.
I'm stating a fact.
Yeah, I know. Okay, so we got those done. Now we need to look for an ethereal signpost, which he said is probably somewhere in the ruins of the city. I'm going to go north still, I think, because there might be something up in that section of the map that we haven't explored. I'll tell you what, though, this mountain pass is a little bit creepy at 3 o'clock in the morning. I feel like we're going to... Well, there's a bear up here. Several, actually.
Many bears.
Pretty much. I thought I just saw something down there. I'm gonna go look. What's with the green stuff in that building? Is this... Yeah, this is St. Machlin's Arboretum, or however you pronounce it. St. Moshan's Arboretum, or something like that. Great Moorball. How about no? No, thank you. I would prefer not. Is he looking for one of these, maybe? No, I just gotta find the right one. Oh, boy. Man, that place is messed up in the entrance there. Looks like you have to, like, go through a whole bunch of, like, raw sewage. Gross. I know it's just, like, tree insides, but it's still gross.
Tree insides. I thought the inside of a tree was just wood.
I mean, yes, but that looked like... It was, like, green, like, if a tree had... Trees don't have blood, right? No, they don't have blood.
There's
Yeah.
brownies and chocolate chip cookies upstairs.
Oh, sweet.
We just brought them home from that.
I gotta love how
Nice,
they
I'm going
bring,
to indulge.
they bring you home chocolate and they don't bring me ever bring me home anything.
That's because you don't eat chocolate, bro.
Yeah, but I eat oatmeal raisin cookies. Listen,
How many?
just because I don't
But
like
how many
chocolate-
places actually go out of their way to make oatmeal raisin when chocolate is so much more universal to a lot of people? I'm not disagreeing with you. I like oatmeal raisin too. I'm just saying sometimes places don't make that kind of variety in their menus.
Man, that doesn't change the fact that I still just want some good old-fashioned oatmeal raisin cookies.
The ones that we made not too long ago were pretty good, though.
We should make more of those.
We should. They were pretty.
Damn, I
They were
want
pretty
those
good.
now. Damn, I want some now.
Okay, I don't think that the ethereal signpost is over here. There is a rank B over here. What was
So
his
when are you
name?
and me gonna go start hunting?
Terragatus. What is what? What?
So when are you and me gonna go like start doing hunting stuff?
I mean, I already hunted a rank B mark for the Clan Centurio. Did you get the quest for the elite marks yet in Clan Centurio?
I think so.
Okay, because I think he sends you to Idleshire, I think, to get them. Oh god.
We're gonna walk into Idleshire. There's just gonna be a mecha behemoth with wings.
Aha! My diligence is justly rewarded. Shattered aetherite. Well, good thing it's shattered. That means I can take it back to them now. Nice. We have all the desires of the brooms. Let's go back and see if we can figure out what's going on with this. See what their desires are. Hey, Todd. How's it going? How goes Idleshire? Not bad. Not bad. We just went on a quest for a bunch of brooms at Matoya's Cave that would not allow me to use the map or the journal to find where I had to go. So that was neato. I figured it out like it was some kind of old school RPG, but I did figure it out, so now we're in good shape. And after this, we have to go back to the Holy See, because we need to... What is that down there? Hopkin? It's like a big golem thing, I think. I think they've got that under control, because that's a paladin with clemency. How much has this fate done? Toss him back. You know what? Let's go help out. I don't know how much it'll help out, but... Oh god, gotta scratch my foot. There we go. As long as he can hold aggro, we should be okay. As long as I don't walk into any AoEs. Wow. One behind you there, bruh. He's got his chocobo helping too. Nice. Jesus Christ, I hit for 6,000 with the Forbidden Chakra. I'm too strong! I need to slow down! I need to nerf myself!
Please don't.
I mean, Confucius can handle anything that I get nerfed from, so...
You're right.
There's not one over here. Pretty sure close to the library if we got to Matoya's Cave. Yep, cleared the library already, actually, so I'm in good shape. We just, we're pretty close to going to Az's Law from what I understand, so... Once I go back to Ishgard, I think there's only a couple of quests left before we go there. I'm just taking care of business while we're waiting, so... Nice, we got the fate done. Cool. Ooh, good idea. How was the freeform jazz? Excellent! I want that in my orchestrion role when I get an apartment. I gotta start compiling which songs I want for my orchestrion role, too, because I'm gonna need them eventually here once I start looking into getting apartments. Shouldn't be too long. I mean, I've managed to make back most of the money that I made, or used buying crafting gear and, what else did I buy?
This is strange.
Oh, right. I bought 50 dark chestnut logs on the market board because I could use them to make Dalmo leather for the collectibles. Wasn't worth it, but, you know. What's strange, Cole?
You ever just play a geared DPS, hit for like 7k a skill, and then you just go down to one you're leveling that's like only 20 levels off, and that doesn't sound like a lot, but it is a lot.
It is a lot because you think about it. If it's below 50, the item level is your level. If it's above 50, the item level is significantly higher than your level. So,
but the long and short of it is, like, the difference between a geared DPS and a non-geared DPS is almost terrifying.
Yep.
Because over there I'm doing my red mage rotation like that. Damn, I'm not doing enough damage. And then I actually started looking at the numbers and I'm like, did I just hit for like 90k and run in like a basic rotation?
Ink Long Dry is the name. Okay, Todd, I got to commit that to memory so I have it. I'll put it in my notes, I think, once I'm done.
Damn, where did I have those?
Used to work out to that theme, like hour-long workouts, that song on loop. I could see it, man. That was pretty that tune was pretty jazzy and pretty good. So, okay, I didn't see what he said. I clicked off of it. What did he say there? The brave adventurer returns. Okay. I think I did find a signpost for ethereal travel. There you go. Maybe now I can ethereal travel here. What?
Do you know where there's an area with level 35 and up enemies?
The beginning of Kurthus? Like over by the Astrologicum and Kurthus Central Highlands?
Kurthus Central?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like south of Camp Dragonhead, maybe.
I'm asking that for a very good reason.
Because you need to kill things for Bard.
I was going to say leave quests.
Oh, okay.
Because I forgot where my level 30 leave quests were.
Yeah, I think Kurthus Central by the, like south of Camp Dragonhead and over by the observatory. Observatorium, I should say.
I'll see if there's a leave quest over there.
Okay.
Or if they're distributing level 40s, in which case I'm going to be pissed.
Oh, okay. So what does she say about ether research? Probably a lot.
Guild heists, Grand Company leaves.
Right. Oh, okay. Oh, well, I mean, that's good knowledge to know anyway, so... I get the feeling that's going to be a trend here. They're not exactly going to know what she desires, but... Okay, the brave adventurer returns again. Okay. I think I did, yes. It was a very small bridge created by a fallen tree. I mean, I love big bridges, too. You can't have a clash on the big bridge without the big bridge.
Or Gilgamesh.
Yeah, Gilgamesh is important, but the big bridge is also important. Oh, she does have a crystal eye. Okay. There probably is a lot of dust back there, yeah. Yeah, that's what I thought. They're all going to tell me. I have no idea what her deepest desires are. I do. I found it a lot closer to home than you think. Can't say I've ever seen it. Wait, what the hell? Oh, no! Hang on a second. Does that mean what I think it means, or is that my 12-year-old brain hitting up again? Oh, Jesus Christ!
What was said?
Something about Matoya's well running dry. Oh my God! I was not expecting that.
You have 10 seconds to revoke those words.
I'm saying what the broom. I'm saying what the broom said. Okay.
That broom has a fucking.
I'm not finding Matoya's water, Mr. Broom. Or maybe I'm gonna have to. Uh-oh.
If you want fucking water, go to the well.
There are no wells in Idleshire or in this area. I don't think. The legendary water.
I mean, there's rivers. And you just gotta purify it by boiling the shit out of it.
So it's got to be somewhere here in the cave, then, right? Or would it be outside?
There are days I think I should just like bring a pillow with me every time we stream, so I can scream into it. Whenever your 12-year-old brain acts up.
Oh Jesus!
So that way the chat can feel. I can understand how the chat feels. Yeah, leave me. There it is.
So wait, let me look at this again. Unattainable to brooms, which is found within all men. I think I was overthinking it because I think, but by men he meant humanity, not men. It's just the Matoya's well running dry thing that just
fucking slew you for no
reason. I don't know if it's something I have to go find, though. Because the quest marker with a check mark is still right there. Maybe it's an emote. This is tricky. This is tricky. That all men possess. Now I'm confused. I really want to look this up now. I didn't even know you could do that. Probably can't do it here, right? Yeah. Oh, Jesus. I'm stumped on this. I'm so stumped. I don't know what I could... I'm looking it up. Forget it. I'm looking this up.
Didn't you just say you weren't going to look it up?
Yeah, but the quest marker's here. Like, no, like before the quest marker disappeared. So the quest marker's here, so that means that it has to be right here.
Hi, Aggro. Back to work.
I have this water. Share with you the knowledge. Maybe Matoya knows something? Maybe she'll give me a hint? No, that wasn't much of a hint. Maybe Sarah Rago will give me a hint? I'm trying there, Sarah Rago, I'm trying. Jesus. You have a guess? Feel free, because I'm stumped. Don't quit. I know, Conk. I'm not going to quit. I'm going to cheat. I'm going to look it up.
Holy shit, that felt
What
good.
could this water be that is saltier than the blood brine sea, yet clearer than the Taliac River? Try the cry emote? Well, I guess tears are pretty salty. I mean, it expresses clear emotion, I guess.
Try the cry emote.
I think it actually worked. Oh my god, it actually worked. Good guess, Espy.
I physically can't even... What?
Good at riddles. I can see that, yeah. Because that was like, what? There's 70 million emotes. Which one of these is going to do all this?
Well, I mean, water, emotion.
But he didn't say emotion. It said it's water that is saltier than the sea, but clearer than the Taliac River, wherever that is. And I was like, what? Do I need to go out and find more water? But no, apparently not. Oh, okay. Yeah, she told me that part. Yeah, imagine that, except it's in all your bristles and you can never get it out. That's how she felt. Okay, well, we've taken care of the broom's requests, but they didn't have any words for Sararago, so let's go see what he wants us to do now. Oh, here we go again. The magic word? Oh, no. Oh, God.
The magic word is please.
I mean, yeah, I guess, but... By the way, is Cole's voice still echoing for everybody? Because I can't tell, obviously.
Why? Because my voice is echoing in real life for you.
No, because I have the cereal box in front of the microphone. To try to mute and muffle, or at least muffle your voice a little bit. Doesn't this mean the Matoya doesn't cry anymore? Yeah, maybe not, Conquer. Maybe not. Maybe that's going to be important. Isn't echoing on your end, Todd? Okay, good. Well, that should help a little bit.
Hallelujah. Just wait until I start screaming again. That'll be the real test.
Yeah, true. Yeah, they have knowledge of other things, but not knowledge of her desires. She has one more broom that sleeps outside the cave.
The observatorium leaves unlocked.
Okay. Well, let's go see what the other brooms have to say.
Accept.
Just slightly, not really, though. Okay, well, hopefully it's helping a little bit, but, yeah, like Cole said, probably when he starts screaming, that's going to be the real test. I'm glad it's somewhat helping, though, because it was very noticeable for me before when I was watching back my stuff. I'll have to watch this back to see as well. So I'll do that.
I don't like the echo. It just angers me.
Yes, is there another broom that Matoya uses around? You do know of the broom. Oh, she's your sister. Okay. Alright, I'll go check in with your brothers then. Never noticed them echoing usually. But Cole, the echo gives you such great power. How may I serve you, he says. Okay, let's see. Okay, what do you know about your sister? I wonder why Matoya keeps her outside. Say the name of that which is dearest to your mistress. Let's get another hint. And finally, he comes to me. Okay. Right. She hates Ishtola? Why? Okay, but that is exactly the opposite of why she wouldn't hate her because of that. She would do that for someone she likes. Okay, well that gives us a little bit of a hint. I think it has something to do with Ishtola. It's helpful to me. I think I get it. The bridge east of here. Eventually. Yeah, okay. Okay. Does it give me like a place on the map where I have to go see this, or is it not gonna even give me that? Okay, it's literally at that bridge. Okay, got it. Off we go then.
Just barrage and then immediately use Misery's End when they're below 20% and their HP just fucking vanishes. Satisfaction.
I'm sure you're not alone. She cares. Matoya's just tsundere about her affection for Ishtola. They're like an old married couple, but only one is old. Oh boy. Hey Cole, it's daytime in the hinterlands now.
Yeah, I know. It's a fucking miracle. And of course, I'm not there.
Better way to put it, yeah. Sounds like it. Yeah, exactly. Oh, these crazy people that I've met on my journey.
Oh, these crazy fools.
Hang on, Confucius. Someone's challenging us to battle. Battle. I'm sorry if you don't like me referencing that. Wow, I thought that was gonna kill. I'm used to when it killed when I was fighting with that paladin. Let's power all the way back up, and then off to the bridge. Okay, so it's right around here. Okay. I'm probably gonna have to kill that cockatrice, but we'll go from there. Love how Fluid Monk still looks. I love how Fluid Monk plays, man. It's pretty ridiculous. Like, I was saying to SB when we were doing some stuff off screen yesterday. They asked which job I liked the best, and I said it's pretty hard to tell because it's like I play Monk in single player, and I really like how Monk plays, but I don't really play it in dungeons to the point where I can see how it plays against multiple foes and with synergizes with other classes. So. But I really do. I really like how Monk plays, and I'm glad that I took it as my my melee class. Okay, I think that's how you spell it, but this is in party, not say. So let me do this. Is it capital S? Yeah, it would be capital S, I think. Wait. Did I spell it right? I did. There we go. It's not capital S. Okay. It's only capital S if you don't have the familiar on the front of it. The what is it? Tribe indicator. I don't know the exact name. Sweeping is believing. That's what she says. Who dares summon the great genie? Where did I summon her to? Sweeping nearby. Okay. We just gotta find serendipity. Great. I didn't know we were gonna have to go into space. Ah, here we go. Hi there. I am he. Yeah, no, I don't need anything of you. I just wanted to see who you were.
I am he. Are you Tim? Are there some who call you Tim?
Do you have the holy hand grenade of, what is it, Antioch?
Antioch.
That's it.
That entire movie is just wonderful.
Serendipity, why are we going to visit Saz at the casino? Obviously, Confucius wants to participate in the chocobo races. Maybe one day.
Maybe one day my chocobo will also be in the chocobo races. The one at least I got for the chocobo races.
Maybe one day he'll be able to one-up Cleoquetra there.
Wait.
Who we still haven't raced with on screen. We gotta fix that one of these days. Well, that's all important information. I see. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, thanks for the info. See, that's pretty much what we thought. Because Y'shtola is the one most precious to her. Like I said, grandmother-granddaughter sort of relationship there, but Matoya would never say that directly to anyone except maybe Y'shtola. And even then, you're probably stretching it a little bit. I don't know, man. I still feel like if they did this where they forced you to do this quest in order to get the ether current, it would... I don't know. I still feel like it would have been better. Like, because I know that them just giving it to you, like, immediately is convenient and all for people, but I don't mind working for that stuff a little bit. You know what I mean? Like, this little quest line, it builds character in the world, and I like that. I get that other people don't necessarily enjoy the same things I do. It's just, I don't know. I prefer it when the side quests go out of their way to do a little bit of world building and let you explore the things that you're just running through anyway, so.
See, I'm not the biggest fan of side quests in games because, yeah, they add lore and shit to the world, but, like, I'm not the type to go out of my way to do side quests because I'll do them if they're in my way and I need XP and stuff like that, and I'll get expanse in the world and I'll be like, damn, I wish I had the patience to do more of these.
I don't know. I'd like to say that I'm a pragmatist about these sorts of things where the reward has to be sufficient when I'm doing things, but for me the reward could be world building. Like, that is a sufficient reward for me to go and do side quests. It's why I try to talk to a lot of people in a lot of games I play when I go to towns, because I like hearing what they have to say to help me build up the world in my head, you know? So.
Yeah, I mean, that's fair.
You see, you play the game. Not everyone plays every game they touch. I mean, gacha games keep putting in auto battle functions. Why play the game when it can play itself? Yeah, I'll never understand that, Todd. I'll be honest with you. I don't get it. People really, really hate getting currents. Plus, you'd say at least 30% of the people who play this game skip all the story. Oh, that's no fun. Well, I don't know. As much as I enjoy having good mechanics in a video game, it still needs to have some story. I still need to have some reason to invest in the characters I'm playing as. Otherwise, what's the point of playing as characters? Just put blocks on the screen, you know what I mean?
I mean, when you play games like this, you should be going for the story until you hit endgame. Endgame is when you really start playing the game for being a game, until you get to that point, and until you can't do anymore and you can't build the world out anymore. Like, just fucking...
See, I agree, but it's like Todd and Yugman are saying. It's not everybody plays the game the same way.
Yeah, but
so
everyone has to experience the story. That's how this game is
they
built.
don't.
Like,
They don't
Main
have
Quest
to
gives you
though.
that shit.
They don't have to though experience the main story. They can pay $20 to skip to Stormblood. So, is it 20 or is it 30? I forget. The point is, they can pay real world money to skip to the end
Okay, I'm
game
just gonna
right
make sure
now.
that nobody in the chat has done that before I say this. Can I get like a raise of hands if somebody's actually skipped through the story in the chat? Because I don't want to piss anyone off with what I'm about to say.
Oh boy, Cole's about to go on a tirade.
Just tell me when people start raising their hands in the chat, Jimmy. Because I'm in the middle of a leave quest. And I am about to fucking...
Seems like a generous number, but maybe you've been playing with the right people. There's a crafter in your free company who had everything maxed out, which was probably one of the best on the server, and never watched a single cutscene. No, wait, actually, hang on, no, I remember now. What's the guy's name that is with Drac and they do all that stuff for Nest? What's the guy's name that screams all the time? Tate, that's it, yeah. He watched through the entirety of the cutscenes from A Realm Reborn to Stormblood recently, and it took him like a week to get through all of them because for some reason he'd never seen any of them. He said he skipped all of them. I'm like, literally how? You're one of the biggest Final Fantasy XIV YouTubers on YouTube and you don't know the story of the game that got you this popular? Like, it made my brain want to explode. I don't get it, man.
Look, if you're going to play through the game, at least watch the story so you can get some context and get some world building, and then play the game for all of its enjoyment. Like, seriously. Okay, now I seriously need to go on this tirade, so I'm still waiting.
Okay, I don't see any hands being raised, so...
Okay, look. If you're going to play a game that has a pretty damn good story for all that it is, incredible mechanics, and is subscription-based, why the fuck would you pay $20 to skip half the content? Like, seriously, you're already paying, like, what is it? What subscription? $12.50 a month?
$12.99.
$12.99 a month. You're paying $13 an hour to play a game that you genuinely enjoy the mechanics from. Like, why the hell else would you do that? And you're just gonna skip through all that. I get it. This game can be cutscene city sometimes. But, like, what the fuck? You're gonna sit there and tell me, oh yeah, you know, I skipped because I wanted to, like, get through the game and get to endgame with all my buddies. But you couldn't play through the game with the cutscenes with one class once, watch all the cutscenes, and then go off and power level everything else, and then go, like, well, I don't know, fucking get level boost. Like, I'm gonna be honest with you, I've thought about getting a level boost for Bard, if for no other particular reason than leveling in this game without the story is boring as fuck. But, like, why? Why would you even just skip through all that content? You have no context for fighting the bosses. You're fighting them for the gear, not the damn story. I mean, yeah, that's what endgame is, but seriously, if you've read up on some of the lore surrounding, like, the Omega Scape, on the coils and shit like that, it's interesting. It's really cool, and not to mention, considering the fact that this is the first MMO I've ever played with a really half-decent story, that probably doesn't help this opinion. Because I've never gone through an MMO like this that's just like, oh, you know, stories. I've gone through MMOs with skipping the story. It sucks! Because you're literally just getting on to do gameplay and shit. Like, seriously, why not experience good story and deal with good gameplay? That's just infuriating. I think I'm done.
Did you get it all off your chest?
I know, it doesn't make sense that you would play this game specifically for the content and not everything it has to offer. Like, seriously, I get it.
See, because I think Cole has more experience with this because he's played other MMOs with his friends, and I don't know how much they told you to skip the story so that you could get to the current content with them, but how much
on
did
Heavensward,
that...
I did not watch a single cutscene in the entire 7 years I was playing that game.
And how much did that come back to bite you?
Not really, because the story was terrible.
Oh, well, okay then.
But my thing is, like, you see other MMOs with terrible story, and then you see this game with incredible story, like, why would you skip it?
I mean, if you play a lot of MMOs, maybe you're just like, well, the story can't be that good, can it? And you just, I don't know, you skip it because
I mean, that's actually justified. If you play a lot of other MMOs and it's just like, hey, I can't believe the story's that good, but then it's just like, you're judging a book by its cover.
Okay, I missed a few things in chat, so let me take a look. Let's see.
I apologize for that rant. That just pisses me off.
No, it's fine, man. It's cool.
Hearing me go off about people not enjoying a story when they have the option to just infuriates me. Like, I get it. If you're going through this game, at least enjoy the story with one class on one character, use it to get to 70, and then just be like, hey, okay, now you have an excuse to do that shit. Like, experience it at least once so you can say that you did it. Unless, of course, you've played this game in the past, gone through all the way to Stormblood, quit, had your account hacked and or deleted, and then you just, like, come back and you want a power level. Like, okay, buy a level boost then.
Right. Okay, so what did I miss in chat here? Same for you in support conversations, Fire Emblem. That new ninja with the flaming shuriken is nice, but what about them? What story do they tell? Like characterization and world building. Yeah, same, Todd, same. I like that too. I can't say I always go out of my way to do the support conversations, depending on the game, but usually that's me in Sacred Stones, and I've already seen all the support conversations in Sacred Stones because I've played that game to death. So it's like, sometimes I don't go out of my way to do it, but I like that they're there when I do want to go get them, Never gotten married in an MMO, had many a chance. Just don't see the point in marriage in a video game. You and your friend got married for the mounts. No homo was the only thing said that day. Oh, that's great.
I mean, I remember marriage in Elsword was fucking like key to endgame because you got a skill that got you to max HP and max MP by throwing it.
I'm trying to think back if there was any other situation. Like, I distinctly recall when I played Skyrim, like when I played vanilla Skyrim through all the way through, I did have the character get married in that game, but it was less because it made sense for the character and more because the character that he ended up marrying was glitched because you would complete her quest and then she would not give you the option to marry her.
Argonian?
Yes, the Argonian person in Windhelm. Yeah, the Argonian person in Windhelm. She had like some sort of glitch in the code or something where it was like if you can marry her, it's a very rare chance. And I actually got that rare chance. I was like, fuck it, this is never going to happen again. So I'm trying to think, though, if I've gotten married in any other video game for any reason, and I'm coming up blank. I don't think I have.
For reference, the reason why I was aggravated at him is because I almost exclusively play as Argonians when I play Skyrim.
Yeah, well.
And it's never worked in any of my files.
Yeah, well.
I would just like to point out that I have played through Skyrim like 17 times and I've never actually beaten it. I'm in the process of doing so right now.
Let's see, what else did I miss? To be fair, Omega Story is an ass pull to use old Final Fantasy bosses.
Well, I was more talking about the lore of how he's slowly but surely evolving to become the hero of light, and then, final form Omega comes out and I just shit myself.
Omega has the
Have you ever
classical
seen
fan
Omega
service,
Savage?
but it's
It's
also a
terrifying.
legit interesting scenario. Been flying around doing map completion to get barred to 60. Oh, okay, gotcha, nice. See, I don't know anything about Omega Escape, so I can't really say one way or the other, but I suppose we'll find out, won't we?
I mean, I've told you about the story behind Omega Escape. I don't honestly know why he ass pulls and pulls brings back all the old villains. I'm just glad we got a new remix of Dancing Mad.
Most MMOs don't emphasize story. 14's the only one you've seen where dungeons are integral to leveling. Okay, gotcha. See, this is my first one, so I'm totally out of my element here.
14's unique in the fact that it doesn't actually emphasize going out into the open world and grinding mobs. It emphasizes going in and going into jolly cooperation with like dungeons and doing leave quests and shit. Like, it just hands you all these ways to level, and it's like, it's refreshing that I don't have to sit out and like set up macros to just press 2 buttons and get to level 60 over the course of 3 days of me pressing A and S on my keyboard.
Like, as a coin flip for you, dislike it and you love it. Don't make sense. No, it's fine, Todd. I'll see how I feel when we get there. Played Sacred Stone so much you're surprised you don't have the library full. Yeah, I don't have the library full in the game, but I've definitely seen all the support conversations either from my own playing or from watching them on YouTube, so. Like the bosses, but there's like no reason to fight them other than, what if you fought blank? Just like
Well,
that.
I mean, to be fair and honest, in all honesty, some of the raids in Omegascape, particularly some of the brought back bosses, are absolutely gobsmackingly amazing. I can think of several, one of which I'm surprised you're not excited for, Jimmy, considering how much you love 5.
Which one's that?
I don't want to say, because I don't know if you know it's there.
Oh, okay. Never mind then. Just like that banging remix of Decisive Battle. Well, the music's always going to be good in those cases, that's for sure. That the boss is very mixed on your end. I think the identity of the boss is superfluous in a lot of cases. Also, Alphascape is completely new, with 3/4 new. I don't know. I feel like if they're going to bring back old bosses, it's similar to how I feel about the Vera being in the game, in that they have to make the lore of why the boss is there make sense for the game's world. And I don't know how they're going to implement the Vera, but if it's just, hey, it's the exact thing of the Vera from 12, except copy-pasted into 14, I'm going to be upset. So I don't know.
I mean, I'm going to be honest, I'm glad the Vera are getting implemented.
I mean, I'm glad they're getting implemented, sure. I'm just saying, if they don't work their story into 14's lore in some way, it's going to upset me. Because I know the Vera from 12. I've played 12. If I wanted to see the Vera from 12, I'd go play 12. I want new Vera that makes sense here in the game I'm playing right now. Okay, but anyway, now I'm going on a tirade, so I'm going to actually play through Sararago's quest now.
I think the entire point of, like, Twitch streaming was just us laughing like lunatics and then just, like, going off on tangents of why we don't like certain lore aspects.
Well, sometimes we get into these discussions and it takes a little while to get through them, though. So
I mean, they break up the nonsense. Let's get real here.
Yeah, we are full of nonsense here on MCR Studios, aren't we?
Oh, is it even studios anymore?
It really isn't studios. It's kind of just something I do in my spare time. So,
I mean, you're not wrong.
Anyway, let's see.
But in all honesty, I'm kind of extremely happy that the Vera are getting implemented, primarily because they are. I've watched you play 12, and I love the Vera. I've never actually played 12. I'd like to put that out there, and that is literally and only because I once watched my brother fight Yasmat, and by fight Yasmat, I mean leave the controller on auto for like 3 hours.
Yep. I autopiloted it. I went to school. I came home, and Yasmat was dead.
I think I was sick at the time, that's why. I was just looking around for things to do in the house, and I saw that shit. I was like, oh, hey, Yasman, cool.
Okay, we have to kill Opkins in this area, so let's go work on that.
So that was just a thing, and I'm just over here trying. And like I said, I've never beaten 12, but I love 12 story.
I can't wait till when we play 12 for the stream. It's one of my favorites in the series, so I'm going to be really excited for it.
You know, I've only just now realized something.
Wow.
As much as I go on about how Kefka is my favorite villain and Dancing Mad is one of the best scored things ever, I don't think I've ever actually beaten him.
Kefka?
In hindsight. Yeah,
I'm pretty sure
I've never
you've
actually gotten to that point. I've gotten to the tower on 6, but I never went through it.
I'm pretty sure you've beaten Kefka. It doesn't. I'm pretty sure you have. I'm pretty sure you just might not remember.
I have. There is a habit of me where I just don't remember that I've beaten certain games. I'll say I beat certain games because I know like everything backwards and forwards about the story, and I've seen my brother play them, and then I'll just outright forget that I had them myself, have not played them.
I mean, I play a lot of video games.
P5.
So.
I think I got to like. I think I got to just outside of Size Palace, and then I stopped because I was burned the hell out.
Oh, and Persona 5, yeah.
Yeah.
I think I'm missing more stuff in chat. I'll check it in just a second there. Just want to look around for my destination. Gotta be around here somewhere. Oh, I see another one over there. Probably gonna have to kill this Okeanis on the way. Maybe not. I might be able to thread the needle a little bit. I feel like Shadowbringers is going to be pretty good, just from the standpoint that Square Enix legit seem like they're learning from what's happened in Stormblood. Oh boy, here comes the Okeanis.
I can't wait for Shadowbringers. It's going to be fantastic.
It's a long way off for me. You might play it before I do.
I mean, at the rate you're going to be going with coming back to this game, I will have probably completed Stormblood and Shadowbringers by the time you come back, and I will literally exist to go in dungeons with you.
This is true.
I mean, that way at least I won't have to deal with your bullshit stream schedule. Mr. fucking 5 days in a row because I have an exam later this week.
Yeah, but we haven't done that in a while. We still have to do one more of those, but not yet anyway.
I mean, if it's going to be near the end when we're going through the final dungeon, I won't care. Because, you know, it's the final dungeon.
That's 2. Now the third one has to be somewhere off in the bottom right, I think, because I don't see anything in the other areas. Okay, let's see what else I missed. OS boss or fan service that doesn't remove the rest of the story, which justifies the scenario. They could have been, hey, Sid built a simulator to fight made-up enemies. Come try it. Oh, yeah, true.
Now that would be pretty good.
That's like the scenario for the practice area in Final Fantasy Legend 3. It's like, hey, they've got a simulator where you can fight monsters and try out your new jobs and abilities and stuff. Ever finish hook your PS4 back up and need to finish 100%ing Zodiac Age? Yeah, I did regular New Game and Zodiac Age, but I haven't done New Game Plus or New Game Minus yet, so I've got some work to do in that regard
What's
too.
New Game Minus? That sounds haunted.
It's Final Fantasy 12, but you don't earn experience, so you play through as level 1 as Vaughn, 2 as Balthier and Fran, and 3 as Bosch, Ash, and Penella.
That sounds terrifying.
Guns are super OP in that one. Fan service can still be relevant. The classic summons and primals being in every game is arguably fan service, but still important and plot relevant. Yes, and that's true. And again, it's because they implement the summons and the primals and stuff like that in such a way that they make sense for the game. So as long as they're doing that, I'm fine with the fan service. It's just when they do fan service purely for its intrinsic value that I get a little upset. Because it's like, okay, you're doing fan service from another game in the series. What makes you think that I won't just go play that game instead of this one if I want the fan service from this thing, you know?
I mean, to be fair, some of the fights do make it worth the effort.
that Parago's
Oh
got
my
good vision.
god. I'm not even thinking.
Well, sure. I mean, some of the fights will, I'm sure, be worth it. And this is not to speak of anything about the Omegascape, because, again, I don't know anything about it.
I know the bosses in the Omegascape, and that's about it. I've seen them only on Savage. I have not seen them in normal difficulty. Probably what's influencing my opinion, because, oh my god, one of them hits like an 18-wheeler on crack.
Jesus.
So what were you saying?
One here, all Dancing Madden 14, you have to do Savage. Oh, boy. There you go, Cole.
Honestly, though, that's kind of justified.
I mean, yeah, you gotta work for your reward.
You gotta work for your reward, and not to mention they were merciful and gave you a checkpoint. That's not to say you won't go crazy trying to deal with that entire thing, because I've seen all the mechanics for Kefka's final phase in Omegascape, and they terrify me. I'm still gonna do it, but...
Have to clear trial mode and basically have to get Black Hole. Hate that concurrence so much. Yeah, Black Hole is really difficult to get, although I remember having more trouble with, I forget what the one was. I think it was the one where you had to do a bunch of level 2 quickenings all in a row. I think that was the one that I had the most trouble with, but I forget. I don't know. Usually what ended up happening is I'd either do the stage 1 quickenings or the stage 3 quickenings, and then I wouldn't have enough left to do the stage 2 ones. So
I should also probably throw this out in the air that I have discussed most of the Omegascape also with my brother, so none of this is technically spoilers because I spoiled them off screen.
yeah, but you told me the bare basics about it, and who's to say I even listened to you? Maybe my brain tuned them out because they were spoilers.
Well, did your brain tune them out now?
Well, I know Kefka's in there. And I know Omega's in there.
Because I've been wanting to fight him since the fucking beginning of the stream.
I know Kefka's in there, and I know Omega's in there. I know at some point Omega self-actualizes, but that's about all I know.
And that's the best part of the Omegascape.
Okay. I mean, he is a robot, so that's sort of expected.
It kind of makes sense. Robot wants to evolve to become human. Robot evolves to become human, realizes human is not good enough, decides to evolve into the thing that is beating the shit out of it and becomes a god. I figure that's how the cycle usually goes. I say, usually.
He's just asking for it at this point. Is there it's the soothe command, right? Is that not the right one for this? There we go. I got this one. This riddle was easy. I think. Maybe not. What does this say?
What's the hint? Out of curiosity.
Have I told you lately? What is the hint? In spite of his apparent resignation, it's painfully obvious that Rago is not ready to give up. Use your powers of deduction to ascertain what he desires of you and perform the appropriate action. He said, nope, there's no way you can cheer me up. No way at all. Let's see. It's not psych up. That's not it. I wanted to open my emote menu. There we go.
It's psych.
Yeah, I could rally him, I guess. I just tried to... Oh, I didn't comfort him. I soothed him. Okay.
Gotta love how there's comfort and soothe and they're two separate emotes.
Okay, that wasn't it either. Let's look at more of our emotes then. I could psych him up. I could give him a hug.
Oh, shit. That's good to know.
Don't typically have access to level 3 quickenings until Arcadia. Yeah, that makes sense, yeah. To get concurrences outside of Black Hole, super easy. Yeah, especially if you do them a lot before that, yeah, I can see that. Other raid tiers, the Omega Escape is the worst story-wise, but best boss-wise, so wouldn't worry too much about being spoiled on it, not that you go out of your way to spoil it. Okay, gotcha. It's good to know. Well, he can't give up, so maybe Rally or Psych. I'll try Rally first. Nope.
Fuck!
Oh, wow. That's not good. Happened
What?
for me, too.
Oh no.
Connection was lost, right?
Yep.
Our internet's still good, so it should be fine.
Our internet did not explode. Did we just get like simultaneously hyper booted off the
Yeah, we got
servers?
simultaneously 90k'd. Yep. Oh, SB and Yugman also just got kicked out.
Oh shit.
That's not good!
Yo, what's going down?
Something's happening, and wasn't planned, whatever it was.
And my game just crashed.
Uh-oh.
Oh, here we go. Emergency maintenance?
Lobby server connection has encountered an error. And it's gonna close my game, isn't it? Yep. That's what I thought.
Quick, Jimmy, get back in. We might be able to get insta queues.
I don't think so. 14 getting DDoSed again? Oh boy. Yeah, that's not good. It is a strange little occurrence. Let's see what happens if I try to log in again. Different data centers too. That's pretty bad, yeah. There are no special notices about it, so it must have just happened, whatever it was.
Oh, goody. 14's getting DDoSed again.
Has it been DDoSed while we've been on the stream? Or?
I mean, sometimes I feel like it with how much I disconnect in the streams.
Okay. Let me see if it's is it showing up on here? No.
I'm trying to get back into the game. I'll see if it works.
There we go. I am trying. I'm on the title screen. Your friends on Ultros got kicked? Oh my god.
Damn, this is like server-wide?
It's more than server-wide. They're on Ultros. That's not the US, is it? That's Europe, I think. Or maybe it's Japan. I don't know. But yeah, I think Todd's right. It might be on Square Enix's end.
Lobby server connection has encountered an error. 202.
Yeah, that's what I just got when I tried to connect a minute ago. So I'm probably going to get it again.
Oh, damn.
Oh, Ultros is USA? Okay. Gotcha.
Damn. Like, this is like...
Global blackout?
I gotta get my fix.
Yeah. Oh boy. I don't know what to do now. We were having such a good conversation, too. Okay. Okay. Yep. We'll get it. It's fine.
It should take 10 minutes.
Yeah, we'll get it. It's
Be
fine.
back by 8.
Okay. We'll
I
see you
mean,
then.
we could just chill out for a little while and just be like... See if something happens.
True. I could do this for right now, and then this. 14 is melting down. Meanwhile, you're listening to the EO Nexus soundtrack. Nice calming music. Oh, hang on. Speaking of nice calming music, I can get nice calming music. while we're thinking about this.
Hold on a minute.
Let's see here. Where was
I'm
it?
checking something.
I gotta go back up, I think. Just a little bit. There we go. Okay, I know what it is. Lodestone is down too. Man, something crazy's going on. Let's see. I could play this on a loop. This might be a little too loud to start, sorry. Oh, wait, I can turn it down before it comes up. There we go. Tell me if that's too loud or too quiet. Just while I try to think of something to do, I'm just putting on some music there.
Oh my god.
Wow.
Every American server is down currently.
Oh wow.
All of them.
That's not good.
Oh shit.
Something bad just happened.
Well, the Japanese servers and the European servers are currently up.
Huh. Yeah, something bad just
King
happened,
packet
and we were
issues.
here to witness it firsthand. Impromptu other short game stream. If I knew what I was doing in Chrono Trigger, I might just. I have not tested. I have not tested what I need to do in Chrono Trigger in the interdimensional vortices, unfortunately. I mean, I could do them blind, but we've only got an hour and a half left, and I would have needed an entire stream to do everything in the interdimensional vortices, so just fine, actually. Okay, good. Surprise Shadowbringers, you wish? No, that would be bad. It would be pretty early if it was. Yeah, I don't know what else we could do right now. Cole, do you feel like doing a drawing stream? Okay.
Holy shit.
I'm gonna go look on the forums while I'm thinking about this.
I'm gonna keep the server status thing that I'm using.
Oh yeah, and I kind of need to loop that. There we go.
Wow.
Well, the dev tracker doesn't have anything right now. I bet the technical support thing is flooded. Oh, maybe not.
Gee, I can't. Well, gee, I wonder why. I'll just put my feet up.
Just wanted to work on your Dark Knight Relic. Yeah. I just want to get this story done, man, but it might be a little... It's funny, though, because whenever we're getting to the end of an expansion here, it seems like we encounter this unnatural problem. It's like fate or something. Where, I mean, for the Castrum and everything at the end of Realm Reborn, we encountered that issue where we couldn't connect to Duty Finder. And now this is happening. It's like, wow. Forums. No, I was in the right place. See, all the posts that I'm seeing on the forums, though, are, like, not from today.
Give it a minute. I guarantee you every single player on the North American server is doing one of two things. What we're doing or typing. The forums are about to crash.
Oh, boy. End of spring pollen. Oh, you're dealing with end of spring pollen there, Todd? Yeah, I know how that goes. Pollen in general is not exactly my friend. I haven't had too bad of an issue with it so far this year, but it's probably going to change soon. So.
Oh,
What?
hold on a minute.
Okay.
The data refresh thing on the server thing that I'm watching just stopped.
Where do you see that?
It's, hold on a minute.
Don't know about you guys, but you double
I'm
sneeze.
F5ing the page.
Which page?
It's the one server status thing that I go to when the lodestone, considering the lodestone's down. It was one of the results that was down.
Oh, okay. Double sneeze every time you sneeze, and those sneezes hurt. Yeah, I know how that goes, Todd, because I get that sometimes with tree pollen, and it's not good. It's definitely not good. I don't know. I'm at a loss, honestly. Like I think what we'll do is we'll hang out for like, I don't know, 10 more minutes or something, and then we will. If it's still not, like, I'll try to log in over the course of 10 minutes a few times, and if it's not working, then I think we might honestly call it a night early. It's only been an hour and a half, but when the game is online like
emergency
this,
stream tomorrow?
I don't know, man. Can't be tomorrow though because we're going out. So
Emergency stream one of the other days off? We might just have to pack it a little next week.
well, this is the thing though, is because we already have to do a 5-stream week coming up in the next few weeks before 14's over. So technical difficulties, man. I haven't had to deal with this on a stream before. I mean, we dealt with it that one time in Gothic, right in the first stream there, but once we got it going, it was like everything ran smoothly on Gothic until the 13th stream when I found out that the game couldn't actually function on a Windows 10 computer without a patch that I had to slap on it. Because I couldn't get past this one part in the final dungeon there without the slapping the patch on. Okay, well, it's letting me log in and start the game, but that was normally something it could do before.
Well, the one website I was using to monitor the freaking server thing just crashed.
Probably because everybody's looking for it. To see why their game is not working.
I feel bad for the people who are in fucking Omegascape right there.
Yeah, like anybody who is in the middle of a trial or a boss fight or something, they gotta be so super salty right now. Thankfully, I wasn't. I was in like the best place I could have been outside of a sanctuary because Matoya's Cave, as I said, does not like have any enemies or anything where where it says, "Hey, are you sure you want to quit here? You really should be in a sanctuary." We don't have that issue, so yeah, still a 2002 error. What is a 2002 error in Final Fantasy XIV anyway? Let's look.
Usual, which is like first result is like DDoS. Alternatively, what we could do is, if in the next few minutes this doesn't work, we just pop the stream off for now, come back later, see if it's working, and then pull the broadcast back up.
Are you sure though? Because if this is as bad as it seems like it is, then it's going to require emergency maintenance, and that means that they're going to have to be at it until like tomorrow.
I mean, yeah, but there's no harm in coming back to check.
I guess.
It's just so we can get our quests out of the way and some such, and so we can keep progressing.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not really concerned. I think we'll be able to progress just fine, even with us only going for an hour and a half today, so.
Yep. Error 2002. Oh boy, let's see. 14 Reddit. That's not even good. Well, 2002 error looks like it's... I mean,
this thing says it has a fix, but I'm not really. Yeah, see this article on the it's on appwalls.com, but it says that it has something to do with your PC's firewalls, but that's a bunch of bullshit because
Oh boy, it's beginning.
The forums.
Yep.
Uh-oh.
And here we go.
Where do you see that? Because I'm not seeing anything.
Go to the Reddit thing and then do the.
Oh, it's on Reddit. Okay.
Yeah.
That's why I'm
Well,
not
sort
seeing
by new.
anything.
Sort by new.
Okay. Just went to get food, and this music just feels right to be listening to while eating. Yeah, it is pretty good. I definitely this, like I said before, this is definitely going in my orchestrion role when I can get it in the game. So, oh god, let's go see if maybe my Blue Mage post won't be the most controversial thing on the 14 Reddit today.
Can confirm.
Oh.
Oh.
Wow.
Yep.
Wow.
DDoS.
Uh-oh. Okay. Sort by new, you said?
Yep. Sort by new.
DDoS attack.
Yep.
Let's see what this says.
World disconnection from NA World Centers. Fucking.
We are currently experiencing technical difficulties due to a DDoS attack. Players may experience the following issues as a result. We are looking into the way attacks are being made and are taking countermeasures. More information will be provided as the situation develops. Date and time, April 11th, 2019, 2:05 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time. Players may be experiencing the following issues: disconnected from NA Data Center Worlds, difficulty logging into NA Data Center Worlds, difficulty accessing, sending, and receiving data from NA
You
Data
know, now that I
Centers.
think about it, I saw a post on the official thing about them banning a shit ton of players who were like DDoSing today. So this might be retaliation for bans.
Oh, Jesus.
How the fuck do you bring down an entire, all of the servers for North America? Not just one, not two, all of them. There's 77 exabytes of porn there.
Let's read what some experiences were right before things happened. This Reddit post says, a funny thing happened before Hyperion went down. I was in duty role at Trials and got popped into Sephiroth. I've never done that. Heck, I don't even believe I have that unlocked. I was going to see the cutscene and then suddenly I was booted and can't reconnect. That's really strange. It's like some frickin' X-Files shit or something going on here. We're in the outer limits here, ladies and gentlemen.
Welcome to Reddit. I'd say let's cut the stream off for the time being and then come back later. Just see if it's fixed.
Well, before we cut the stream off, since I'm on Reddit already, I'm going to, well, if you didn't see it on the server, let me log into Reddit first, hold on.
Let me just plug my post in my stream that I put in the streaming server.
Yeah. I posted a thread about Blue Mage on Reddit earlier today, and it was controversial, to say the least, and I think it has something to do with the fact that any changes made to Blue Mage would be nightmarish to balance.
Can confirm
So-
your post brought the servers down.
How much karma did I lose on Reddit so far from
Last
this?
time we checked, it was 4.
12. I've lost 12 karma so far today on Reddit because of this. I just want to see what the other replies are now that I'm thinking about it. The guy that
Well, Jimmy,
the guy that
you said
posted a
before
really
14.
well thought out argument post, or a really well thought out post in response has posted again, so that's good. I'll have to read that. What haven't I read?
I barely use Reddit. You should have had me post it. Nothing lost. Trying to discuss something on Reddit is a horrible idea.
I know. It's like staring into the eye of a hurricane.
I mean, when people discuss things on Reddit, if somebody hasn't researched the facts and therefore, and their opinion is not like intelligent as mine, I just disregard it as spam. I'm not wrong.
This is like the 10th time you've seen 14 get DDoSed. Oh my god. Barely use Reddit. You should have had you posted nothing lost. Oh boy. The basic gist of the post that I was... Well, let me edit what I said there. The basic gist that I would like to now get across about the post is that I think they missed the point of Blue Mage. Because it seems like 14 doubled down on the learning mechanic of Blue Mage rather than the I've learned all these spells, let's use them in fun and inventive ways. Which is the fun part of Blue Mage, is taking all these spells that you had to learn and using them in fun and inventive ways to essentially take roles that you could use other jobs for. 14 said, the learning part is fun. And I'm like, no, the learning part is hell. That's why it's so satisfying to use those abilities on endgame stuff in other Final Fantasy games, because you had to go through hell to get them. As it stands, I just feel like Blue Mage it's only there for its own intrinsic value. It's only there for the class. I can get all of these abilities, sure, but what am I going to use them on? It's not like I can complete endgame stuff with Blue Mage solo. It's not that much more powerful than a normal caster DPS. It's not uber powerful where it can do stuff so... I mean, if you go into something with 8 Blue Mages, but who's got 7 friends that have all got a Blue Mage at 50? Not me.
A lot of people I could imagine, because when that thing came out, I imagine everyone and their mother that wasn't us was leveling it.
Yeah. Decide what we were doing. Right now I'm just discussing the Reddit post that I had about Blue Mage, and after that I think we're going to call it a day, SB. So I figured I'd just bring it up on the stream to see what other people's thoughts are, because I like hearing what other people have to say about this, even if people feel like they need to get upset at me about it, because I mean, I couldn't care less if you get upset at me about it. This isn't my first time on the internet, you know. I know how to handle myself if somebody sounds upset at my opinion. So, you know.
Upside? I get to go play Skyrim now.
Oh well, that is an upside, yeah. Posted a base solo you did in Rival Wings and they got mad because it wasn't an optimal spot.
Ew, those people are getting their hands on Blue Mage. It's disgusting. As much as I go on about maximizing my DPS, I'm not a min-maxer. I just like to be efficient.
Who remembers level 5 death in 5? You always end up being 30 when you got to the library every time. Yeah, that sucks, Todd. Oh, yeah. Oh, my God. Yeah, that could cause problems for sure. Remember, you would tend to die to the library page 64 casting. So it was page 64. It was like you said earlier. Okay, I thought it was. I just wasn't 100% sure when you said it a couple days ago. We'll say some of the blue trials are pretty rough. You have to finish the last one. So that's what I'm concerned with, is that it encourages this sort of like, you can play through these level 50 trials on blue and be fine. It's like, no, you cannot. It's, again, no more powerful than most other caster DPSs, so why would you encourage that? Issue is not having an established set of abilities is a huge problem for a game built on teamwork. Yeah, I agree with the first part of that sentence, but I don't agree with the second part, because a game built on teamwork can still work if you don't have that set of abilities. Look at Mass Effect 3's multiplayer. Look at how well that worked. I mean, every class has a set number of abilities, but every single class can do all of the multiplayer maps just fine. I mean, some classes are better than others at it, but you can customize to your heart's content. And it's mostly in the guns. It's not as much in the abilities as it is in the guns, but the guns do play an important part in your DPS in Mass Effect 3's multiplayer. And there's so many options. There's more options in guns in Mass Effect 3's multiplayer than there have been in Blue Mage, probably in the entirety of the Final Fantasy series combined, and people still get stuff done in that game. So I don't know if it's necessarily a teamwork thing as much as a they didn't implement it well thing. It's just... And the one person who posted the well-thought-out response for me, he asked, this is the question he wanted to ask me, and this is the fundamental of his argument. Do you want a class that can customize itself to your heart's content, or do you want to be a mage in a blue cloak that occasionally throws bombs and acorns and aqua breath at enemies? And I'm like, yeah, kind of the latter one, because I think Blue Mage, if they put it in the correct way, the way that I'm thinking they should have, it almost could have functioned similar, but not exactly the same to Red Mage, just without the dual cast mechanic and the breadth of abilities a little bit. It still would have functioned as a caster DPS, and that's what the function would have been, but yeah, it's at this point it's so hard to say these things because they can no longer implement Blue Mage in any way where they can fix it to the way that I would have liked to have played it. Because it would have required them to roll back the entire job and rebuild it from scratch, and that's just not going to happen. So they're going to continue to double down on the learning mechanic instead of the using all these abilities in new and inventive ways in endgame mechanic, and that's... For me, I need to stray away from the job like that, and that's disappointing as hell to me because Blue Mage is one of, if not my favorite job classes in the series. So, needless to say, I was disappointed and salty about it when I started thinking about it. And
whenever my brother gets like this, I just wish I had popcorn. I'm just staring at the Twitch chat with my feet up, eating Tic Tacs. I do not give a fuck.
So that's why I posted it on Reddit, is because I was thinking about this stuff and it was driving me nuts. So I was like, I got to put this somewhere. Where can I put it? I've been on the 14 Reddit to ask questions before. I'll put it there. And it's fine. I lost 12 karma out of it. Whatever. No big deal. Let's see. What else did I miss? Masked Carnival. It's a custom set of custom trials you can do as Blue for rewards. Oh, okay, yeah, I went by the Masked Carnival entrance, I think, when I was in Old Odd doing the Miners Guild stuff. Okay, I know what you're talking about. I don't know anything about the inside, but I know what the area, sure. Party has some requirements in composition. If your Blue doesn't have a good combination, it could be a huge hindrance. I see that, yeah, but... Then, if that's the case, they can just skew the abilities of Blue Mage towards being a caster DPS, because, I mean, you have other options on other classes, too. Red Mage has Vercure and Verraise, Summoner has Resurrection, Monk has Mantra to help with healing abilities. Like, they don't necessarily take the place of a healer or another thing, but again, that's just a skewing of the abilities. And, in essence, Blue Mage in other Final Fantasy games wasn't really... It wasn't taking a role from anybody. I mean, I guess in 5 it sort of was better than White Mage at the end game, so maybe I'm just bullshitting here. I don't know. I'm just disappointed, I guess. And I'm trying to justify it in my head, but I understand that there's different sides to the argument, and I can't account for all arguments, obviously. So
you know what I think would honestly be fucking comical? If you finally were just like, next stream, instead of just doing something else and yelling about this, you just picked Blue Mage up and then you streamed it.
Yeah, I don't think I will be picking up Blue Mage in this game. It just, it's like the worst for me anyway. I'm not going to say it objectively because this is a totally opinionated piece, but if they were going to put Blue Mage into a video game, this is for me the worst possible way they could have done it, is the way they did it. And that was doubling down on the learning mechanic where it's highly involved in RNG. And did I get the ability I want out of this enemy that I spent 45 minutes fighting in an undersized party? No. Okay.
Well, I think at the same time, even with having a limited class and not being able to take that kind of thing except for into solo queues, I've seen that several times in certain other MMOs that I've played, and they're more to appeal to players who don't like going into parties and things like that. Like, I could be honest with you, I was one of those players. And the only reason is, to be honest, talking with the mindset of somebody who goes solo all the time, sometimes it's just better to just not have to deal with that kind of crap and have something tailored to that specific kind of playstyle.
That's fair enough.
So while yes, Blue Mage is, by all accounts, a class of that type, every once in a while you have to do something like that because otherwise it's just like, well, okay. Blue Mage can fit every role in the game because it's a solo class.
You're right. Yeah. No. Now I'm aware of that.
It's tailored to players who like solo classes like that, so they don't have to compromise whether or not going through the main scenario alone, going into trials as alone as they can get. That's basically just like saying this game, at 14 at its roots, basically just says you need to cooperate with other people to get to the end game, and that's justified because look at the Omegascape.
Yeah, and it is. You need perfect or practically perfect team synergy to get through some of the fights, I'm sure, in the late game. I don't know anything about them, but I'm sure you do.
For people who don't want to deal with that crap, who'd rather just play by themselves and go through the game still.
But then my question to that mindset is, why is it limited to 50 currently? Why didn't they put it to 70 where Stormblood ends? Why can't I play through Blue Mage through all of the solo content all the way up to the current expansion? Why put it into the game at the end of an expansion, and then you're not going to update it again until Shadowbringers comes out. And then you're only increasing it to 6. You're behind. I mean, I know I'm behind on the content, but it's like, who does this appeal to? You know what I mean? Like, who wants to play as a blue mage in Final Fantasy XIV when they can only play... They have to beat the main story to get it in the first place of A Realm Reborn. And by that point, they're already on the level 50 quests. So... why would you ever pick it up?
They can fix Blue Mage in relative ease and make it so it feels like it has more of a role in the game. It's just to give players the ability to take it immediately so they can go through A Realm Reborn as a Blue Mage. So they can go into these trials that are required for A Realm Reborn as a Blue Mage and go solo.
See, that I might be okay with if it was available with the other classes at level 1.
Which I could see them
I just
doing.
feel like that might be hard to implement a little bit, but...
Well, you gotta think about it like this. All they have to do for Shadowbringers to make Blue Mage okay in my eyes is have it be available immediately straight from the beginning. Like you just take a quest and boom, you're a Blue Mage. No questions asked, no BS. And then they just give it a level 70 cap. But I think I just realized why they haven't given it a level 70 cap, and you're gonna think I'm weird for saying this.
Okay.
Consider it like this. In terms of dungeons and trials that we've had to do for the main story, let me ask you something. How much crazier did they get after we finished A Realm Reborn? Like, think about Bismarck.
Yeah.
Think about Bismarck. Think about the Bridge Dragon. How do you do that solo? You can't.
Not at 50, no.
Not at 50. But you know what I mean, right? What kind of weapon skill would you even take to do the kind of DPS you need in the time limit you have to fight those things? Blue Mage is limited because they don't know the answer to that question right now, and they didn't want to half-ass it. I understand Blue Mage in your eyes is half-assed, but at the same time, they're putting effort into it.
Yes,
At least
but
from my theory, because I think Yoshi P is a cool dude. And I don't
sure,
think he
yeah,
would
I think
BS this.
that too. I'm just saying I think they're putting effort into the wrong aspect of Blue Mage. That's all. There's two aspects to it. There's one that's tedious and boring and relies heavily on RNG, and one that's actually fun, and they're putting all the effort into the tedious and boring and relying on RNG one. Again, all my opinion. Feel free to have your own. It's just the way that I think, but if you are trying to figure out which class I'm going to be picking up later on in the stream, because I probably will pick up another class at some point, it will not be Blue Mage.
On a side note, there is one other rant that I do want to go on, and this is something that I personally feel, and I'd love to hear debate, because at this point we're just sitting here shooting the shit.
I gotta finish reading chat. I didn't finish reading
Oh,
it,
please,
so.
go read chat while I go off.
Okay.
My one thing in this game that I have noticed personally is that it seems like healers, all of them feel similar.
Yeah, I
And
can
some
see
of them
that.
have ridiculous difficulty curves. Scholar, what?
I wouldn't say Scholar is a ridiculous difficulty curve. There's just a few more things you have to know how to look at, I guess. I don't know, because you're also taking care of a pet, but the pet heals for you, so it lowers your requirements to
Well, it's a matter
heal.
that you need to manage the pet's position, manage the pet's commands. It's the same reason why I don't like Summoner, because Summoner is just like, it seems like way too much work to see big numbers, and I could just play Black Mage and get bigger numbers for doing nothing. Sorry, SB.
I mean, big AoE numbers. Black Mage still has the bigger.
I'm not saying that Black Mage is easy. I'm not saying it's not complex, and I'm not saying it's not interesting. I'm just saying Black Mage is at best when it's in its ley lines, casting spells, standing still.
It is.
At least as far as I can tell.
It is. Yep. Okay, what did I miss in chat? Because I missed a bunch. Let's see.
Oh dear God, chat just exploded.
In a game like 14, there would always be the same set of skills you would use for a boss. Yeah, I can see that being a thing, because your rotations are pretty similar no matter what the boss is, and like even going upwards into some of the harder content, you'd still be doing similar things. It's just, you'd just be doing them better. And you hear use new inventive ways, you think of anime Pokemon contests. Oh God. Yeah, I can see that. Oh boy. Could queue up as a caster DPS, but not end up with the tank related, but end up with the tank related spells and end up being a detriment. Yeah, I guess that's a good point. Yeah. I still don't see how a blue mage could tank though. The only spell that I saw that could even reliably give them anything to tank with is Mighty Guard, and that reduces your offensive potential. So most people wouldn't want you to tank with it on in the first place. Things like stun, silence, and blind don't really mean much in boss fights. The only things that affect bosses are damage and vulnerability down. It's the conflict of how Blue Mage typically plays versus how 14 plays. Yeah, I guess that's ultimately what it is, isn't it? Is that it just, Blue Mage doesn't fit 14's playstyle, which, again, and this is what I ended up saying to the guy that had the well-argued post on Reddit, is I would rather that they have not implemented Blue Mage into 14 if this is how they were going to implement it, because the job would be missed. I'd miss not being able to play it in this MMO that I'm playing through for a while, but I'd rather that than the alternative, which is what we got. That's just my 2 cents. It does make you mad as you can't play in Palace of the Dead. You can't play Blue Mage in Palace of the... Why would they do that? You're right, it is like the perfect place to play it. Why wouldn't it... Oh, that's just...
I didn't even know you couldn't play it at Palace of the Dead. I'm angry now.
Please make that a thing. Give you a reason to spam Palace again. Place where you can get 4 DPS of blue would be... Yeah, it would! Oh, that's just... Current Savage modes before World First, that's what you're thinking of. Okay, yeah, that's what I'm thinking of, yeah. Comp really does mean something during progression for World First. Yeah, that's true. That's true, yeah. You gotta make sure your party composition is important until the World First happens, and then it's, I guess, less important? I don't know. Not too much, though. There have been a few World First lately's with White Mages and Dark Knights. Did people really drop White Mage again? Oh, boy. Does affect what kind of strategy you can do, yeah. Well, it's just, yeah, it's like Yugman says, it's out of the meta, basically, because Scholar and Astrologian have more tools to deal with the healing than White Mage does.
Let's get real here. Astrologian might not have that much for offensive capability, but oh my god, it's party support.
Mm-hmm.
You get that AoE balance and the entire party fucking cheers.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Kind of behind on clears. Last time you looked them up was Sigma's. His mainstream dark, and his party strategy involved him tanking 2 effects by himself that normally get spread through the party. Ouch. Prepare your butthole. That's the part of progression you like seeing. Red Mage and White Mage are great for first clears, but tend to fall off once people can reliably... Yeah, I can see that being the case, yeah, because Red Mage is great for first clears because it's like, hey, the party's dying for a raise, dual cast for a raise. There you go, now we're not dying anymore.
Having seen how much DPS my Red Mage can do, that just makes me wonder what it's like to play an actual DPS then. What's Black Mage like?
I don't know, man.
Can't confirm.
People think you have different ideas to reach the same goal of a clear, like seeing the creative aspects, I guess, more than the actual fight. Yeah, I kind of like that part too, because people are like, well, what if we try this? You know what I mean? I like seeing that, the ingenuity that comes with people. And I guess that sort of ties into the Blue Mage thing again, because I like seeing the ingenuity of the class, but you can't have ingenuity of the class if there's nothing to do in the end game except get more abilities. I'm stopping now because I'm getting like, ugh, about it. So... Healers are getting reworks. They want to change it where Scholar isn't just a shield healer and White Mage isn't just a power healer.
And Astrologer's not the best one.
And well, yeah. That is a no. I'm pretty sure Todd will agree with me, even though like him and I have played Scholar enough to where I personally agree with you. Astrologian is the best healer. So they just...
Sorry, I'm just gonna pull a card out of my fucking Yu-Gi-Oh deck and buff the entire party with AoE. Oh yeah, on top of that, I also have this thing called Gravity!
They want them to be their own thing. That's how all the tank stances work, though, is also the classes at the moment are pretty balanced. Been negative about Machinist, for example, but can work really well if you're willing to put the time and effort into mastering it. Yeah, that's true. I mean, I do feel like everything is balanced enough where you can see all the content. It's just that the way the internet makes it seem like there are jobs that are... The internet makes it seem like there are certain jobs that are just flat out better than others. Like,
well, I think it's less of that, more like it's more of a stigmata, because when you get into late game raids, certain classes working together are better. Like when you go into late game, I can tell you this for a fact. Going into raid content in any MMO, you want the best of the best. For your DPS, you want the ones that can do the most damage. For your supports, you want the ones that can do the best supports. For your healers, you want the ones that can also support the party and get everyone to max HP. And for your tanks, you want them tanking anything. If the boss cleaves, they survive.
Right.
If the boss cleaves with buffs, they survive. If the boss wipes the party, they somehow put a buff, they somehow like cover the healer and survive by taking both the healers and their...
Yeah, I get you.
You want to give your party every advantage they can have, especially in clears and raids.
I get you. Yep. And that's in that case, then people will come up with this party composition is the best for this particular boss. that's fine. Whatever, you know. But yeah, I would agree that it seems like everything is very well balanced. And there's synergy between certain classes, too. Like, White Mage may be the worst healer, but it has really good synergy with Dark Knight, because if you have to pop Living Dead as a Dark Knight, White Mage can just be like, oh, hey, you need 65,000 HP back, Benediction. There you go. You don't have to spam healing to get him back. You just Benediction. Done. So there's synergy and there's balance, and I agree that it does. It is very well balanced. It's just, I feel like in some cases, like in certain endgame content, they make it sound like there's a clear advantage to certain jobs. So I don't know. How do you make healers their own thing, though? All the healers have distinct identities already. Yeah. If you remember, I was like 1.4 million unmitigated. Yeah, that's nuts. That is absolutely nuts to do unmitigated. And it's obviously it's mitigated, but that's still nuts. Really don't want them messing something up like that. Just don't cut your fave friends. Yeah, I know, Todd. I know. I mean, I feel like they'll do a decent enough job at keeping everything balanced. We'll find out when Shadowbringers drops how it all goes for sure.
Shadowbringers is going to be huge because of the loss of TP. Because I can guarantee you right now, Bard is going to be getting a fucking huge overhaul.
I mean, they might just change how the songs work, honestly. It's like Yugman said, what was it, last time or the time before, where some things may just not use resources anymore. It may not, like, instead of using TP, it just doesn't use anything. It's just a skill. So, I don't know.
I agree, Yugman. I agree.
Here's a problem, though. It's an MMO, and WoW, there were objectively good classes and objectively bad ones. In 14, everything's balanced. You can clear with every class, no problem, but it's an MMO. People need to find out what's better. Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah, it's and that's why the focus is there, right? Because, you know, they have to be like, well, what is the best of the best for these raids that require the best of the best? So I appreciate the balance because it means I can play whatever I want, but yeah, I don't know. This whole thing is just it's good to talk about this sort of stuff, but I guess it's almost left me with more questions than answers about certain things. I don't know. I'm going to try logging into 14 one more time.
You know, I just had the same exact thought because knowing our luck, they already fixed it.
So I'm going to pause the music real quick and turn it off real quick. I'm just going to try to log in, and we'll see if we can do anything now that we've given it several minutes. I don't think it's going to work, but we'll give it this one, you know.
I remember once Warframe got DDoSed and they fixed it in 2 hours.
We'll give it the old college try, shall we? They still don't have a notice up on the special notice news of it. Oh, no, there it is. Never mind. Network technical difficulties caused by DDoS attacks. Okay. Well, let's try it. Excuse me. And if it doesn't work, we will just call it a day now that we've had our little discussion. Oops.
Now that you have literally spent an hour. Yep.
It wasn't an hour, I don't think.
It felt like an hour.
Bringing one class instead of another might speed up a clear by 10 seconds, and that's enough to call the other class shit. Oh, God. That's splitting hairs, man. Hyper optimization is a wild, lawless wasteland. It's also why you don't support it. Well, that's a different lobby server connection error, 5006, but I think it's the same shit. So
server status. Hold on a minute.
I think it's the same stuff anyway.
Well, it's different.
What's different about it?
There were DDoS issues.
Okay.
So Primal is green again, so that means it might be coming back up.
We're on Ether data centers, yeah.
That one's still orange, so they're still getting
it back up.
I still think we should just cut the stream off, come back later, and see. Primal's down again.
We're gonna call it a day then. Yeah, it's, you know. As much as I'd like to continue, I think we'd be sitting here for a long time. And I could shoot the shit for another 2 hours or something, but
who knows, it might be good practice for us learning to not, go really quiet on stream. I do that whenever my brain starts melting.
That's alright. We'll save it then. We'll save what we were going to do. We'll have to find out if we can figure out what Cerro Rago's issue is there. And then we'll have to, once we've done that, do I want to do the Ether Current quest before returning to Ishgard? I don't know. I'll figure out what I want to do with the Ether Current quest in the Hinterlands, and then we will return to do one story quest. Well, actually, half a story quest, I think, because the one that we're on is the last one. If necessary, we will
literally just do this off screen, and then we'll do a big old recap at the beginning of the next stream.
No, I'm gonna save all this stuff for anyway, later, because I think honestly, even with this setback that we've got going on here, we will still be able to get to the end of the Heavensward main scenario by Sunday, honestly. Well, no, actually it'll be more like next Tuesday. But it's okay. It doesn't matter because I extended the time period to whenever we get to the end of patch 3.4 as being the end of the stream, so it's a good thing I did because otherwise we'd be back one stream here again. So, alright, well anyway, yeah, so thank you for tuning in, everybody, and sticking around while we bullshit our way through 25 minutes. But we will be back on the next episode of Final Fantasy XIV, the Stream Edition, where hopefully the DDoS attacks will no longer be occurring. And that will be on Saturday at 4 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. So thank you for watching, everybody. I appreciate you coming out to Twitch and YouTube to check out the stream. And thank you for sticking around for the discussion. As I said, I will see all of you on the next one, which, as I said, was, again, on Saturday, 4 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. Until then, everybody, take care and have a good night.
Peace.
Yes, hopefully it does get fixed sooner than later. Yeah, absolutely.